Squid Game just accomplished something that's very rare in a TV show. Its second season is even better than the first one. Well, at least in my opinion, right? What really stood out to me in Squid Game Season 2 was that the series doubled down at its core message, the message that there is no democracy when people are desperate. If we see the game as a metaphor for brutal capitalism and social Darwinism, then it becomes clear that the players never really had a choice anyway. The idea that they can vote to end the game ends up being just another illusion, just another mechanism to keep the system running. In reality, their desperation always leads them back. Because of this season really exposed how society operates under a system where people think that they have agency, but where the rules were set way before they even step foot on the arena. And it's that illusion of free will that makes the whole thing so powerful. Sound similar? Those reflections are what bring me to one of the most debated scenes of the season. That moment in episode 1 when Gi-hun and the recruiter face off in a game of Russian roulette. By the time the odds in the game hit 50-50, Gi-hun doesn't try to manipulate the situation, pulling the trigger twice or something. Instead, he just points the gun at his own head, pulls the trigger on himself, and the gun doesn't fire. While doing so, Gi-hun constantly challenges the recruiter, saying that if he doesn't pull the trigger, if he doesn't follow the rules, then he's nothing more than a dog to the system. And in a shocking moment, in a very powerful scene, the recruiter actually shoots himself. Now, I saw a lot of critiques saying that this scene, open quotations, didn't make sense, close quotation, or that, open quotations, it wasn't logical enough, close quotations, and I have to respectfully disagree. One of these critiques came from a creator that I really like. It's called Jack Saint. I think Jack makes a lot of good content, but I feel that he kind of missed the point on this one. You see, this scene isn't about logic. It's a metaphor. It's poetical, The recruiter's suicide isn't supposed to make literal sense. It is a poetic statement about resignation and submission to the very system that he once served. His expression in the final moments, where you see a mix of peace and despair. Half of his face is desperate and half of his face is kind of happy, is pure cinematic poetry. It is, as the themes of this season, about the illusion of control. Because you see, the recruiter, like Gi-hun says, he is a dog to the system. He also have no choice. And I think that this scene and its repercussion with Western audiences highlight a bigger issue. How Western audiences often struggle with non-literal storytelling. At least when it's not them doing. When it's them doing it, then they don't have a problem at all understanding those things, In this video of the Jack Saint, he even ends up talking about David Lynch, another guy who did a lot of poetical stuff in his filmmaking. But how David Lynch is a Westerner, then when he does it, it's poetry. When a Korean author does it, well, then it doesn't make logical sense, There's a discomfort with the ambiguity of a metaphor, and that often leads to dismissive takes on scenes that carry deep symbolic weight, like this scene. Again, nothing against Jack Saint. I'm actually a big fan of him, and I'm just mentioning him so that I can put his face on the thumb, on the thumb of this video, You guys can click. It's just a little bit clickbaity, I actually like his work, and I highly recommend that if you like this very deep analysis and thoughtful analysis, you go check his channel. That his channel is a very good one. Okay. In the end, you see, I get that not everyone has have to love this scene, you know. If you didn't like it as well, it's okay. It's okay that Jack Saint didn't got it, the scene didn't thought it was poetic or anything, just thought it was illogical, you know. But you see, what I do think is that those scenes, especially this scene, it deserves a little bit of more credit for what it's trying to do. At its core, both the scene and Squid Game Season 2 are not making everything logically airtight, you know? They're trying to expose the brutal mechanics of the capitalist system that makes us pretend that we have a choice when the system is actually stripping us away of that choice. So yeah, maybe that scene wasn't logical, maybe it didn't really make sense, but you know, as I said, it exposes that the recruiter, much like the others participants, they do not have a choice. It's the illusion of a choice. But anyway, that's just my take on it. You don't have to take it for granted. You go watch the season 2 for yourself. As I said, I thought it was better than the first one. I don't know what to expect from the third one. I think it will probably be worse than the second one. But, well, I'm already glad that we got this second season, you know? And that this second season was so clear in its message. As always, this video is inspired by a text I wrote on my site, thebrazilianmud.wordpress.com. If you want to read my full take on Squid Game Season 2, please go to my blog and read the full text. These videos, they are just complementary because, as I always say, I am a writer, and what I'm trying to do is create an audience of readers. YouTube and TikTok are a way to get you to access my site, to buy my books on Amazon, and so on. And that's where I will end the video today. What did you thought about Squid Game Season 2? Did you like it? Did you think it was better than the first one? What are your thoughts about the third season that's coming up next year? Let me know here in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and that's it. Kisses and hugs from your friend in Brazil, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.